It's just it's a persecution that's just beginning. It's going to touch the American people. When you're forced to accept evil, something that historically did not exist, same-sex marriage, and to condone sodomy, which this same Justice Kennedy, ruled okay in 2003,
right,
then it's against their faith. And it's naturally going to be hard to take.
I'm going to come back to something that I alluded to earlier. I could be wrong, and you could say if you think I'm wrong, but when I read the four dissents, with the exception of Thomas, his allusion was a little lighter, but all three of the others made allusions or alluded to the possibility for violence. They kept referring to the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, that people fought for no taxation without representation. Scalia said that. He said, look, these people fought for no taxation without representation, but this is more important. No social engineering without representation. Do you think, and this is conjecture on my part, but do you think that this decision is going to lead to things that we don't even want to think about?
Well, I can't predict the future. I don't know. I do know that Justice Thomas said that numerous amici, or those that submit briefs, have cautioned the court that its decision here will have unavoidable and wide-range implications for religious liberty. It appears all but inevitable that the two will come into conflict, and the majority appears unmoved by that inevitability. In other words, I don't think the court cares what happens. The court has just issued an order, and you're referring to Dred Scott, and that was the ruling in 1857 where the Supreme Court said that black people were property.
Right.
And I think Justice Roberts said that was overcome on the battlefields of the Civil War and by a constitutional amendment.
With
basically,
the head of the Confederate States.
What he was saying is that it took that much to overturn that decision. I hope we don't have a war. I hope we don't have conflicts. But we definitely need to recognize that same-sex marriage is something that has not existed at a state level or a government level.
There's so many things I want to touch on, but I am of the opinion that if Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and Patrick Henry, if they were here today,
they would be incensed.
Well, they would not only be incensed, but they started a war over taxation. I mean,
that's right.
This is like, we're going to make the colonies into Sodom and Gomorrah. I don't think so. I don't think that they would have tolerated it.
I think there's going to be a great backlash to it, and I think people have not seen what the consequences of this court's ruling are yet, and we'll wait and see what they do.